Are we video too? So do we need to sit any certain way with our legs?
Okay.
All right, welcome back to Missouri Valley Women's Basketball Media Day. Calvin Wetzel hanging out with Murray State. We got Coach Rochelle Turner, Caitlin Young, Hannah McKay. Going to get to know these guys a little bit. We're going to start with you, Coach, with some on-court stuff before we have a little bit of fun. Coach, your team was picked 7th in the preseason poll released today, so I want you to fill in the blank for me here. Your team exceeds those expectations, finishes in the top half if what?
If our newcomers and our returners play to their potential, we can be better than 7th. We've got a lot of talent on this team. Our roster is very deep, but everybody's going to have to max out individually for us to play well as a team.
Yeah, and I want to get into that talent. We'll start with the returners. Obviously, you got 2 of them sitting next to you, but who are some of those returners that are going to make sure that you do that?
Well, obviously, Caitlin and Hannah have been a mark for us. You know, they've been a staple for our program for 4 years now, and we expect big things from both of them. Bria Sanders-Woods is another senior that's going to bring a lot of energy, and coming back from an ACL injury early in her career, I think she's playing her best basketball right now. And so we have some upperclassmen that are really going to give us those minutes, but we also have some freshmen and some transfers that we feel like are going to be big impact players for us. So just looking for everybody to step up and really help us exceed expectations this year.
Yeah, and who are some of those freshmen and transfers that fans can look to maybe have an impact right away?
Well, we have a redshirt freshman, Zoe Stewart, that is an electric offensive player. She can get a bucket, pretty much whenever she wants to. We're expecting her to do big things for us. We have 2 freshmen, and Destiny Thomas and Haven Ford, both going to come in and be able to help us and play the style of play that we're moving to. And transfers, Ava Learned and Trinity White. Ava comes from a Power 5 school. She brings that physicality and the understanding of how the game has to be played to be successful. And Trinity comes from the Big East. So bringing some experience for some bigger conferences, I think, helps us to understand the physicality and the athleticism and the effort that it takes to be successful in the Valley.
I'm sure Ava, coming from the Big Ten, knows all about that physicality. So you talk about the style of play that you're moving to. My last question for you, Coach, before we get into some of the fun stuff with these guys. In terms of that style of play, how do you think your team maybe will look the same or different from last year?
We're definitely going to look different. You know, we've been a half-court team and tried to bang with some of these big girls in the Valley. And recruiting-wise, when you change conferences, you're not quite ready for it. I mean, I'll say it. We haven't really recruited to the Valley yet. Our 24 class and beyond is going to be the first time we've really had the opportunity to say we need bigger, stronger, faster kids. So, but we love our roster and we love our players. So we're like, how can we be better quicker? And so it was an overhaul of style of play. We need to make those bigs on the other teams run. We don't need to leave Caitlin down in the post all the time where she's easily double and triple teamed. We need to get these kids out on the floor to where they can make plays. So part of my philosophy is we recruit these kids because we love their game. And then sometimes as coaches, we box them in once they get to our campus and say, this is how you're going to play. Well, this style of play gives our players an opportunity to actually make plays. They don't need coach to call a play every time down the floor. They have the ability to make things happen. And so we're going to kind of let it go. I'm going to let it go of a lot of the control this year and kind of put it in their hands. But I think it's going to be in good hands.
We got to know the team a little bit on the court. Now we want to get to know some of your personalities a little bit. You guys, your teammates as well. You're going to help us get to know your teammates. So, Caitlin, let's start with you. Who would you say, other than yourself, is the best dancer on the team?
Well, first, it's definitely not me, but I would probably say Zoe or Bria.
And who's the funniest?
Ava, definitely. She's really, really funny.
That's a great addition to the team, then.
Yeah.
Hannah, who's got the best fashion?
Probably Zoe.
Okay, and who do you think on the team has the most unread messages on their phone right now?
Probably Bria or Bali.
All right, Caitlin, we'll come back to you. Who are you giving the aux for to?
Hallie does have a really good aux, but it's also Zoe. Zoe's got some good songs on there.
Okay, what's Zoe's getting going for us?
She's a little bit of everything. I feel like our team's really diverse with, like, you got the, like, R&B, and you got your country, and just, like, the slow songs. We're just kind of like a mix of everything, so I think she's got a little bit of everything.
Versatile on the court, versatile off the court. Love to see it. All right, Hannah, who's going to make the best coach on the team someday?
Probably Jenna Walker.
Okay, what about Jenna that's going to make her a good coach?
She's very vocal, so she always talks, and I think that's the main thing being a coach is you gotta talk.
That's important. That's important. Talk about your teammates. Let's talk about you guys a little bit. Sticking with you, Hannah. Pre-game fuel. What's your favorite go-to pre-game meal, pre-game snack?
We always eat sirloin. I don't really eat like a snack before, but we eat like sirloin.
And Caitlin, social media. What's your favorite social media app? Who is your favorite person to follow on there?
It's definitely TikTok. I don't know who my favorite follower is. It's just kind of whoever's out there.
I need to change that question for TikTok. 'Cause TikTok's different. You don't follow people on TikTok.
Yeah,
Just-
that is very
just do
true.
for you
That
on
is true.
TikTok.
Yes, yes.
That follows like an Instagram thing. So, all right. Either one of you, but I'll start with you, Hannah. You have a pro basketball player, NBA, WNBA, that you think you would compare your game to?
I would say
Or you-
Kevin Durant for her.
Okay.
She could score at all three levels.
Easy money sniper. Caitlin, what about you?
I'd probably say Asia Wilson. I think she's a big girl. She can still stretch the floor and bang inside. So I feel like I'm like her.
Asia was the first one I thought of too because no one can guard her in the post single-handedly. Takes at least a double, if not a triple, every time. All right, so Hannah, what would your superpower be if you could have a superpower?
I would say mind reading.
That's the second person in a row to say that. I don't know what it is. That's the one. That's the go-to.
We decided that might hurt our feelings, so
Yeah.
if we could read other people's mind, our feelings might stay hurt, so
It's
I'm not sure
probably a
about
good
that
thing
one.
We don't have that, but you would definitely learn a lot, no doubt. All right, Caitlin, if you won the lottery, obviously you're taking care of everybody, you're investing, all that smart stuff. But what's the first thing you're buying for yourself?
Probably building a dream house. Probably gonna be out in the country, big old house. So definitely need some money for that.
Yeah, what all is going to be in your house? What's going to look like?
It'll probably be 2 stories, a big old garage, big backyard, pool out there. Yeah.
I feel like if I had a dream house, I would have a basketball court in it. So
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
a
was
good.
thinking
That's a
of that.
good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
I love basketball. So I literally did a project in like 7th grade where we had to make a dream house, and I put a basketball court in it. The one that just came to mind. So all right, Anna, last question. Best advice that you've ever received?
You only live once.
YOLO. Great note to end it on. All right, YOLO. Thanks for hanging out, Murray State. And we'll be back next with Missouri State on Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Media Day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.